Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in our today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, we have started reading with our chapter number 6 from the book Beehive. The name of the chapter is My Childhood, okay. So in this chapter, we are reading about Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, okay. So we have read about his family, about his parents, about his friends, okay. And we will know more about him and we will complete this chapter in today's video. So let's continue. On the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of the segregation of different social groups, okay. So next Mr. Abdul Kalam, he is saying that on the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram, okay. So Rameshwaram, it was having a very small society and that small society was very much rigid, okay. So what is rigid? Rigid means very strict, okay. So this society was having very strict rules, okay, in terms of the segregation of different social groups, okay. So in that small society there were different social groups, okay. So उन सभी social group को आपस में segregate करना है, it means to separate, right. So उन सभी social group को separate करना है, right. So for that the small society of Rameshwaram, it was having very strict rules, very rigid rules, okay. However, my science teacher Shiv Subramania Iyer, though an orthodox Brahmin with a very conservative wife, was something of a rebel, okay. So the society of Rameshwaram, it was having very rigid, very strict rules, okay, regarding different social groups, okay. But there was one science teacher and the name of the teacher is Mr. Shiv Subramania Iyer, okay. So Abdul Kalam is saying that this science teacher, yes, he was from an orthodox Brahmin family, okay, and he was having a wife that was very conservative, okay. But this science teacher was something of a rebel, okay. So what is rebel? Rebel means a person who refuses to obey the rules, okay. So Abdul Kalam, he is trying to say that the society of Rameshwaram, it was very much rigid, it was very much strict, okay, that different social group, they should not mingle with each other, right. उनको बिल्कुल separate रखना चाहिए, अलग अलग रखना चाहिए, right. But there was one science teacher, that is Mr. Shiv Subramania Iyer. He was like a rebel because he was not in the mood to follow such rules, okay, because he was with this thing that we all are equal, we all are same, right. So this is the reason that he was like a rebel, okay. He did his best to break social barriers so that people from varying backgrounds could mingle easily, okay. So now what did he do? He was doing his best to break all the social barriers, okay. जो भी socially rules थे, restrictions थे, उन सभी को वो बिल्कुल break करना चाहते थे, so that people from varying background, varying means different, okay. So all the people who are having different background, different religion, okay, they can come and they can mingle with each other very easily, okay. So what is mingle? Mingle means to mix with each other, to mix with other people, okay. So this science teacher, he was doing his best, okay, to break all the social barriers, to break all the social restriction, okay, so that people from different background, people from different religion, they can come together and they can mingle with each other very easily, okay. He used to spend hours with me and would say, Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people of the big cities, okay. So this science teacher, he used to spend hours with me, okay. He used to spend a lot of time with Mr. Abdul Kalam, and then he would say to Mr. Abdul Kalam that, Kalam, I want you to develop, okay, so that you are on par, okay. So what is on par? On par means at the same level, okay. So he wanted to that Abdul Kalam, he should develop, he should grow, okay, so that he can be on the same level, okay, the level that is occupied by the highly educated people of the big cities, okay. So he was the person who was there to encourage or to motivate Mr. Abdul Kalam, okay. So he was there always motivating Abdul Kalam that he should develop, he should grow, okay, and he should be on the same level that is occupied by the educated people of the big cities, okay. One day he invited me to his home for a meal, okay. So now one day this science teacher, he invited Mr. Abdul Kalam to his home for a meal, for a food, okay. His wife was horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy being invited to dine in her ritually pure kitchen, okay. So as we have read earlier that the wife of the science teacher, she was very conservative, okay, she was very traditional, okay. So the wife of science teacher, she was horrified at the idea idea of a Muslim boy being invited to dine in her ritually pure kitchen. Okay, so when the wife of Shiv Subramania Iyer, when she got to know that one Muslim boy है जिनको invite किया गया है, right, so she was horrified with this idea. Okay, because you know it was the custom, it was the culture at that time that you know जो भी guest आते थे for food, for lunch और for dinner, so उन सभी को you know kitchen में serve किया जाता था, kitchen में बैठाकर ही खिलाया जाता था. Okay, so now the wife, she is very much conservative, she is very much traditional. Okay, so now she is you know very much horrified with this idea that how can she can feed a Muslim boy in her kitchen. Okay, she refused to serve me in her kitchen. Okay, so very directly she just refused, she just denied, okay, that she would not serve a Muslim boy in her ritually pure kitchen. Okay, so she refused to that she would, that you know she would not serve, that she would not feed Mr. Abdul Kalam into her kitchen. Okay, Shiv Subramania Iyer was not perturbed. Okay, so now the science teacher, that is Shiv Subramania Iyer, he was not perturbed. Perturbed means upset. Okay, so बिल्कुल भी upset नहीं होते हैं. Nor did he get angry with his wife. Okay, but instead served me with his own hands and sat down beside me to eat his meal. Okay, so when his wife, when she refused that she would not allow a Muslim boy into her kitchen, so when Mr. Shiv Subramaniam Iyer, he was not at all upset, neither he was you know angry with his wife. Okay, but उन्होंने क्या किया, he just served Mr. Abdul Kalam with his own hands. Okay, and then he sat down beside Mr. Abdul Kalam to eat his meal. Okay, his wife watched us from behind the kitchen door. Okay, and during that time the wife of Shiv Subramania Iyer, she was watching them. Okay, behind the kitchen door. Okay, so she was there inside the kitchen, and behind the kitchen door she was watching, she was looking at to Mr. Abdul Kalam. Okay, कि वो किस तरह से बैठे हैं, how is eating, how is having the food. Okay, I wondered whether she had observed any difference in the way I ate rice, drank water or cleaned the floor after the meal. Okay, so now Abdul Kalam, he is saying that you know he was wondering, okay, whether she had observed any difference, okay, in the way Mr. Abdul Kalam, he ate rice, he drank water or he cleaned the floor after the meal. Okay, so Abdul Kalam, he is trying to say that we all are humans. Okay, so we all are same, we all are equal. Okay, and we all are having the same ways. Okay, we all eat rice, we all drink water and we all clean the floor after the meal. Okay, so there was no difference. Okay, हम सभी बिल्कुल same हैं. So now he is saying that you know the wife of the science teacher, when she was looking behind the kitchen door, so Abdul Kalam, he is saying that you know that whether she was observing some difference कि एक मुस्लिम बॉय है, so being a Muslim boy, is there any difference कि वो किस तरीके से अपना खाना खा रहे हैं और you know किस तरीके से he is drinking water or in which way he is cleaning the floor after the meal, but there was no difference, right? When I was leaving his house, Shiv Subramania Iyer invited me to join him for dinner again the next weekend. Okay, and after the meal, when Mr. Kalam, he was leaving his house, okay, then Shiv Subramania Iyer, the science teacher, he invited Kalam, okay, one more time to join for the dinner when the next weekend. Okay, observing my hesitation, he told me not to get upset, saying once you decide to change the system, such problems have to be confronted. Okay, so obviously Mr. Abdul Kalam, he was having a lot of hesitation. Why? Because जो उनकी wife थी, right, उनको बिल्कुल भी नहीं अच्छा लगा था that you know one Muslim boy was there in her house. Okay, so Mr. Abdul Kalam, he was having a lot of hesitation. So observing his hesitation, the science teacher, he told him, okay, that he should not be upset. Okay, next he said that you know once you decide to change the system, okay, then such problem have to be confronted. Okay, confront means to face or we can say to deal with. Okay, so he told Mr. Abdul Kalam that you know if you have to change the system, if you have to change the society, okay, then you have to face such problem, you have to deal with such problem. Okay, so don't worry at all, don't be upset. Okay, when I visited his house the next week, Shiv Subramania Iyer's wife took me inside her kitchen and served me food with her own hands. Okay, so this is the change, this is the transformation. Okay, and what is that? So next time when he visited his house, Shiv Subramania Iyer's house for the dinner, so this time the wife, okay, she took Mr. Abdul Kalam inside her kitchen and served him food with her own hands. Okay, so earlier she was you know full of hesitation, kitchen and she was horrified with this idea that how a Muslim boy can enter into, inside her, ritually pure kitchen, okay. But when she observed that there is no difference, we all are humans, and okay, and we all are equal, we all are same, okay. We all, we all have our food in the same way, we all drink water in the same way, and we all clean the floor in the same way, okay. So when she observed all these such things, and then she realized that yes, there is no difference, we all are same, okay. So then only she not only, invited Mr. Abdul Kalam into her kitchen, but this time she served food with her own hands to a Muslim boy, okay. So this was the transformation, this was the change in the rigid rules of the society, okay. Then the Second World War was over and India's freedom was imminent, okay. So in the chapter earlier we have read about the Second World War. So now finally the Second World War was over and now India's freedom was imminent, okay. Imminent means something that is certain to happen very soon, okay. So now it was certain that India, it will be a free country, okay. Indians will build their own India, declared Gandhiji, okay. So now finally Gandhiji, he declared this thing that India, it will be a free country, and then Indians, they will build their own India, okay. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented optimism, okay. So now everywhere in the India there was one kind of optimism, okay. Optimism means we can say hope or confidence, and unprecedented means something that never happened before, okay. So now throughout the India, throughout the country, there was a kind of hope, there was a kind of confidence, okay. और ये जो hope है, ये ऐसी थी जो इससे पहले कभी नहीं हुई थी इंडियंस के मन में, बिकॉज आफ्टर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम अब इंडिया फाइनली एक फ्री कंट्री बनने जा रहा था. सो नाउ थ्रू आउट द कंट्री, इन द माइंड ऑफ ऑल द इंडियंस, देयर वाज अ काइंड ऑफ होप, देयर वाज अ काइंड ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस दैट वाज टोटली अनप्रेसिडेंटेड, ओके. I asked my father for permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramanathapuram, okay. So now finally Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he asked his father for permission, okay. Why? Because now he wanted to leave Rameshwaram. Why? Because he wanted to study further where? At the district headquarters in the Ramanathapuram, okay. So he has completed his school and now he wanted to study at the district headquarters at Ramanathapuram. So for that he wanted the permission of his father, okay. He told me as if thinking aloud, okay. So when he asked his father's permission, so at that time his father, he told Mr. Abdul Kalam as if he is thinking aloud, okay. So what did he say? He said, Abul, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest, okay. So father of Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he said that yes Abul, I know that you have to go away to grow, okay. So he said that yes, if you want to grow, if you want to develop, then definitely you have to leave this place, you have to go away, okay. Next he gave one example and he said that does the seagull not fly across the sun, okay, and how alone and without a nest, okay. So seagull is a bird. In this picture we can see this is a seagull bird, okay. So he gave the example of seagull bird and he said that जो seagull birds होती हैं, okay, if they want to grow, if they want to develop, okay, then they have to fly across the sun and alone and without a nest, okay. So similarly, if you want to grow, if you want to develop, then you also have to go, from here, you also leave this place, okay. He quoted Khalil Gibran to my hesitant mother, okay. So the father of Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he gave the permission, okay, but the mother, she was full of hesitation, she was having a lot of hesitation, okay. So to convince his wife, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam's father, he quoted Khalil Gibran, okay. He used Khalil Gibran's some lines, okay. And what are the lines? He said, your children are not your children, they are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself, okay. They come through you but not from you. You may give them your love but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts, okay. So these lines are spoken by this great personality, that is Mr. Khalil Gibran, okay. And to convince his wife, the father of Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he quoted these lines, okay. So what these lines mean? It means that your children are not your children, okay, but actually they are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself, okay. So longing means desire, okay. Next he said that yes, your children come through you, okay, but not from you. Clear? You may give them your love but not your thoughts. Okay, and as a parent, being a parent, you can love your child, you can give your immense love to your children. Okay, but you cannot give your thoughts to your children. Why? Because they have their own thoughts. Okay, so yes, you are parents, definitely you love your kids. Okay, so you can give your love but you cannot give your own thoughts. Okay, because your kids, they are having their own thoughts. Okay, so these are very famous lines. Okay, spoken by this great personality, Mr. Khalil Gibran. Okay, so finally Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he quoted these lines, he used these lines to convince his wife. Okay, so students, the chapter ends here. I hope the chapter is very much clear to you all. It is a very good chapter, and you know, after reading the chapter, we all are having a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration. Okay, after reading the childhood days of Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so in the next video, we will see the comprehension part, we will solve the questions. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thank you.